So if your significant other cheated one time, you're not taking it back?
It all depends if I cheated first. I may. Welcome to Reset with AG, the space where purpose meets peace and transformation begins. I'm your host, AG, and happy Tuesday. On this episode, this is episode 4, and we're going to talk about Toxic Truth Tuesday. And I have a special guest.
Hi. I'm Pretty. I'm back for another episode. I was on the first episode, and I'm back.
Okay, on this episode, we're going to talk about Toxic Truth Tuesday, about relationships.
Okay.
Why do people stay in toxic relationship after they've been cheated on? Okay, so people are in relationships with a partner that they're allowing them to gaslight them, manipulate them, and the person is mentally, physically, and financially and spiritually draining them. What do you think are some of the reasons why people stay in those type of relationships?
I feel like one of the main reasons, like we were talking about earlier, is trauma bonding. I think a lot of our generation bond through their trauma that they went through when they were younger. Their moms were bad to them. Their dad may have been bad to them, or you may have two people in a relationship that both their dads were in their life and things of that nature. I personally feel like, though, another reason people may try and stay in relationships is because their partner, male or female, could start off one way and be really nice or really sweet, and you know, a lot of people call it love bombing, where they're giving you gifts and showering you with love and everything that you want. And then when they get you and they feel like, oh, I'm comfortable enough, they stop. Or they don't keep up with the same stuff. So a lot of women and men stay in relationships because they are seeking for that again. They're seeking for how you were when we first started this relationship. They're like, well, I know you can do it because you was just doing it for the first 6 months of our relationship. So I feel like that's another reason why they stay, because they're hoping that person can be who they thought they were at the beginning.
Yeah, what you did, that will or mean, that's what you have to do to maintain that relationship.
Right. It's a famous quote that says, don't introduce me to something that you cannot maintain. Yeah. So if you cannot keep up with texting me every day and doing this and doing that, that's not your thing. Don't come off like that in a relationship. Because then your significant other is going to feel like, oh, you must not want them because you stopped doing it. And it's not like you don't want them. That was never really it.
Right. That's what they did, just to get them. And
Exactly.
Yeah. And sometimes I think that people stay in those type of relationships because they vested in years of love, time, memories into the relationship.
Yep.
And things change. People change over the years, and for his emotion, someone may have stopped doing what they normally do, just like what you were speaking on. And also, a lot of people have low self-esteem.
Yes.
It can be many reasons why their self-esteem have changed. Due to a lost job, weight gain, became depressed. Over time, the partner might not be coming home. It could be a lot of things. And they may feel like they won't find anyone better than somehow what they deserve, the betrayal.
And I have heard people say that guys like to manipulate women, or women like to manipulate men, and be like, no one else is going to want you.
Yeah, it goes both ways.
Yeah, it goes. Well, I've been in situations where I've heard a woman tell a man that, and I've been in situations where I've heard a man tell a woman, "You're not worthy enough. You're not worthy enough. Nothing more than what I give you." Me personally, I do feel like low self-esteem does play a part in a lot of situations. Because people feel like a lot of people get in relationships with a partner that they find way more attractive than the partner finds them. So they're like, oh, I'm not going to be able to find somebody as fine as you. Look at how I look. So they accept certain things and they stay after cheating and stuff like that. I definitely feel like low self-esteem plays a part. Do you feel like low self-esteem play a part?
Yes, definitely low self-esteem. And also, you know, people, male or female, like dating people that's, I consider, lower than them. As such as
money-wise or
financial wise. Yes, they have a better paying job than them. It's all about self-control. I mean, control that person, and they can easily manipulate that person and have that person in a bind to where they'll be afraid to leave because this person don't provide them with so much, and they just can't be independent anymore. And to where that's why male or female would date someone that they feel that they can easily manipulate and they can easily control.
Yeah.
And so when they get to cheating on them, they can make all excuses to why that person will make all excuses to why they shouldn't leave. And it's low self-esteem.
Yep, plays a part in it.
Plays
because
a big part in it.
Because they're thinking like, well, I don't have a job. I don't have a 401. I don't have no savings. I don't have anything. This person literally provides everything for me. From them being able to just eat, go different places, shop. That person literally controls everything. So you feel like, why would I leave that? You know, it was a couple. Catherine and Austin, I think their name. They were a viral YouTube couple that were together for years, and they were, like I said, they were a YouTube couple. So they grew up. I mean, they grew on YouTube as a couple together, and the guy Austin ended up cheating on the girl, and that's like one of the most popular things that's going on right now because she wrote a book, and spoke about the book, and the book is basically telling how she stayed after he cheated on her multiple times because she didn't know anything else. And she didn't want to let thousands of people down that supported her and stuff like that. And she didn't know what life would look like taking care of 3 kids by yourself when you've been taking care of your kids with your husband, you know? So she said how she didn't want to let people down, and she didn't want to be judged by what she was going through. So she stayed for quite some time. It's a video, actually. If I can add the video, I'll find it.
Okay, we're done.
Look at those bangs, baby.
See, it's a little bit here.
She said no. Lele. She's almost done. She's almost done, Mama. You're doing so good.
Good job.
Yay.
Bravo, 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 bravo.
There was a video going around there's a video going around that was basically her vlogging and finding out him cheating on her for the first time. Like, it was caught on camera.
Right.
Yes, because they was going to, they were getting their first kid or their second kid haircut for the first time. And she said that she was taking pictures and her phone ended up dying. So she asked her husband, like any woman would, let me see your phone so I can get the picture. The moment's happening now. Let me get your phone. Let me get your phone. And she said as soon as she took the phone and she was about to take pictures, the first message said, if you really love your wife, you'll leave her for me. She said that's all she had seen. And you gotta think about it. There's a vlogging camera in your face while you just seen it, and you have to remain like everything's okay. So you could see it in her face though on the video that. Because she said that she always suspected, but she never had proof. And she never went through his phone. She never looked for anything. So she just let it go. She didn't go looking for it, basically.
Exactly. You don't have to. And God is not a God of confusion. God didn't put that relationship together.
Mm-hmm.
Just like I said, God is not a God of confusion.
Or God could have put that relationship together, but it was just time for it to end.
No, I don't think God. Well, I guess to wake that person up.
Yeah, because I feel like some
know.
relationships are lessons. You're going to go through a relationship and it's not going to last, but it was to teach you something. So she could have taught. It was just time for her to go.
Yeah. And
God brought that to you at that time, but
if she continued to stay, it's because for the kids and out of fear of the breakup, the family union,
the social media that they had, and all that plays a part in it.
Yeah, it does.
So yeah.
Ooh, but you have to learn to love yourself.
Yes.
That's my biggest thing.
Yeah.
If you love yourself, you're not going to allow nobody to constantly keep cheating on you. Yeah. What are you going back for? For them to cheat again?
That is true.
For real.
That is true.
I mean, when they get caught, it might take you some time, but it shouldn't take years for you to make your exit.
But it can, though.
It can. It can. Yeah.
I feel like it just depends on, like, because there's some people who get in relationships at 18.
Yeah.
So older people. Yeah. So they don't know. So it may take some time. It may take 5 to 6 years for them to realize this man or this woman molded me. They don't really want me. They don't.
Yeah, because of the financial dependency. Yeah.
I think that plays a part in it. I think.
No, most definitely
people who have more money go after what they like. They don't care about the age or anything like that. I think they look at it like, I got money. I can go after whoever I want.
Yeah.
And they're gonna want me because I have money.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, and plus that other person might rely on that person for that financial support.
Yeah, because I've heard of people sleeping around for money with older people because those people are paying bills and stuff like that. So
yeah, and also the fear people be fear of starting over.
Yeah, the fear of starting over. I think that is one of the main reasons people don't leave because something that's really popular in our society right now is a saying, I don't want to start over. I don't want to have to tell somebody my favorite color and tell somebody this and tell somebody that. But sometimes change is for the better.
Why wouldn't you want to start over? You're going to keep letting somebody mistreat you and your self-esteem steady going down because I don't want to start over. I don't want to tell somebody else my favorite color and all this. That's weak. That's becoming weak.
That is weak.
Yeah, that's not self-love. You cannot love yourself to continue to have. You see, they make excuses to why they should stay in that relationship, and that relationship is never going to get better. It's just going to get worse and worse and worse. And you loving yourself less and less and less while you sitting there and allow somebody to mentally
drain you
and manipulate you. Yeah, that's
that is so true. I think, like I said, back to trauma bonding though, I think a lot of people grow up in single family homes. But what I'm not going to say is, I'm not going to say that people grew up in 2 family homes have bad situations too. It ain't just because you got a 1 single parent home. But most single parent homes, you have people that see domestic violence or they see
and they become immune to that and think that's how
that's okay. Yeah, they see physical physical abuse and think, oh well, my dad will pop up every time and my mom and him will fight and stuff like that. And so they think this man must love me because my mom and my dad loved each other because they was doing this for years and years and years. It's like you have to take a step back and realize it's not love. You're trauma bonding.
That's right. That's trauma. You're right.
Yeah, you're so used to seeing your people go through that, so you think this must be okay. This must be what love is, but love will not come to you hard. Love. That's
why I say you couldn't love yourself and sitting there and let somebody keep treating you like that, and you just think, because he loved me. That ain't love.
Another thing that I've seen people say though,
yourself.
I seen a post that was like, what did the host say? it said that you cannot get in a relationship if you don't love yourself.
That's right. Self-love. You have to.
Because you cannot depend on your significant other to make you happy and yourself happy.
That's right. Happiness starts.
How they gonna make you happy and make themselves happy?
Exactly.
You're supposed to make yourself happy.
That's right. Because no one is not responsible for your happiness but yourself.
Yep. Every day.
Every day. Yeah.
Your happiness relies on you. You cannot allow, and this is obviously easier said than done, but
of course,
you cannot allow people to change their energy off their beliefs, off what they think, off their mindset, which, like I said, is very hard to do because sometimes even me, I could, feel away or something like that, but knowing that you make yourself happy is how you stay happy.
Right.
That is what keeps you in good spirits and stuff like that. Because think about it. There's people all the time that, oh yeah, I'm rich and I pay for everybody's life and I'm sponsoring everybody's life, but they're not happy. They're not happy at all.
You got to do what's happy for you first. What makes you happy?
Yes, what you care about the most and what you
self-love.
What makes you feel good inside? That's what you need to focus on every day when you wake up. You don't need to be worried about, oh well, so and so is sad, so I need to figure out what I need to do to boost their energy. No, you don't. They need to figure out what they need to do to boost their energy.
Exactly.
It's a sad truth.
Yeah, it is.
What is it called? Toxic Truth Tuesday? It's a toxic truth. You gotta do it yourself. Nobody else can make you happy. You want happiness from other people. But think about it. If you're not happy, somebody trying to make you happy, you ain't gonna be happy because you're mad. You're internally you're upset. So how can you be happy about a situation and you're not happy inside?
Right. And then they stay in them toxic relationships. People need to invest in getting them a dog or an animal or a turtle or something, a rabbit or something. And staying there with that toxic person.
Yes, a
male
dog
or
is really good.
Yeah, male or female. Or a cat. Or a
Emotional support animals are really good. You don't even have to get a dog or a cat. You can get a fish.
Yeah,
you can get you a little fish tank. And that could take 10-15 minutes out of your day because you have to clean it and you have to feed your fish and stuff like that. Yeah, pour love into other things.
Exactly. That toxic individual that's manipulating you. Stand up on your own. Stop being afraid.
It's not going to be easy.
Stop being weak-willy.
My mom, y'all, is so harsh.
But it's the truth, though.
It's the truth. It is the truth. It is the truth, though. It ain't nothing but the truth, honestly. But it's so harsh, though. Because you can't just wake up one day and be like, I'm over that nigga.
Shit, I can't. Everybody different, though.
Everybody is different. You got tough, thick skin, though, mama. There's some people that have stayed in relationships for years and hated that person the second year, and it's the 5th year. I seen a post.
Yeah, who was?
I seen a post about a guy. He said they walked up to him and they asked him what's the worst thing you did in a relationship or something like that. He said, I stayed with a girl for 3 years I did not like.
Yeah, and see, that's another thing. A lot of male or female, they stay in a relationship with that person and knowing they do not like them. Yeah. And that person know they don't like them. And they hoping he or she gonna change. Yeah. She gonna like you.
Yes.
Maybe you don't even like yourself. And that
they find the most basic, what is it? The most basic, low maintenance things that the person may do for them and be like, see, I knew they loved me because they did this. But it's just like, every nice human being should probably do that. Like, it's not
do it for yourself. Quit looking for others to do it. You have to do things for yourself. Yeah. You do.
You do have to do it for yourself and put yourself first, because holding on to a relationship could be worse sometimes than just letting it go. Yeah. You dealing with way more putting up with this person when you can just let go and let God. Like, that is the best advice, I feel. But like I said, it's not going to happen overnight. You're not going to wake up you might.
Yeah.
But it's not. But like I said, it's not gonna happen overnight. Though you're not gonna wake up and be like, okay,
Majority of the time, no.
yeah, I'm ready to. It's gonna happen over time, though. You're gonna be like, okay, I'm not feeling this. I'll come to that person, tell them they're not gonna hear you. All right, I'm telling them again.
Yeah, people hoping they'll change. They believe it's a one-time mistake, and they partner with change. Girl, please, no, it ain't.
Yeah, I
Mm.
believe people can change, but I don't think people.
I don't.
I think people can. You don't think people can change?
I'm gonna tell you something. This is what I believe. People don't change it until they decide to change.
Yes.
He or she is going to already be who they are.
Right.
They gonna change if
for who
they
want to change.
Yeah.
Now that I can 1,000%.
Now I don't see that women stay with men 10 to 15 years and he ain't changed, but he give it a whole another person
and be married in 10 days, kid in 30.
And they so different because you know why? Him and her was in that relationship and they knew it did not work. And they just stayed there for whatever reason.
Trauma bonding.
It's trauma bonding, bad spirits, all kind of stuff.
Yep.
They knew they shouldn't have been together, but they continue for whatever excuse it was.
Because I think we talked about this one time. People are not patient enough. They're not waiting on God to bring their significant other.
Bingo.
They find somebody they like. They find attractive, and they say, "This is what we're gonna make it. I don't care what God got for me or what." I'm not even gonna say they don't
some
care.
Some of them say God takes too long. They gonna do it on themselves, and they gonna be with this person and pray to God and beg to God.
And beg God to fix
make
it.
Make her change. Make her stop being in the streets, or make him change. Make him look. Baby, that ain't how it work. God didn't say you be with him no way.
Exactly.
Or to be with her no way.
And God will put you through something time and time again until
to wake you up.
Get fed up. Like, oh, okay.
Sure will.
It's time to lead this to lead this person, because at that point they're not even your significant other anymore. Yes, I do agree though. I think hoping they'll change be like one of the main things.
Yeah. Always the biggest mistake women make after getting cheated on.
What do you think the biggest mistake women make after getting cheated on?
Staying. And making excuses why to stay.
Why they not leaving? You think that's the biggest mistake?
Yeah. Because I can do bad by myself. I'd rather be single, free. Relationships are very heavy and toxic.
Not all.
No. Not all.
But those ones.
Right. And I see love different. I don't believe in love how a lot of people believe in love.
Do you think that comes from because you grew up in a 2-family household and you seen true love?
Yes. That, and also from the relationships I don't see in my time, and also my relationship.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I believe there is true unconditional love, but it's very rare. It is. It's a thin line.
So if your significant other cheated one time, you're not taking it back?
It all depends if I cheated first.
What?
It all depends on what did they do to cheat. You know what I'm saying? Right. Because I'm going to tell you something. If you catch your girlfriend with this guy more than once, that ain't cheating, they building. They're building a relationship.
Okay, so
that's why I say it all depends on what that person did to me to consider cheating. Right. Well, that's what I can't stand cheaters. I can't do it. I can't fathom that.
You can't deal with that.
Oh no.
I'm saying, even if it's one time though.
It is no such. To me, it's no such thing as one time. Okay. That's the one time you got caught.
Collect that tea.
Yeah, for real. Because how long it's been going on?
That you didn't know about it, yep.
Yeah, and for me to be thinking about all that in my mind, that's too much.
Right.
So I'm gonna make my escape. I'm gonna get away,
Right.
and I can do me.
Right.
So I don't have time for that. I can't because if you lie to me, I mean if you cheat on me, you gonna lie to me and you gonna steal from me.
Yes, that
And
is
so
true.
no, I can't
But
trust
there's
you.
some relationships that have became successful after cheating.
Yeah, so they say. So that's what they say. I don't know.
Like, I feel like our older generation was doing a lot of cheating. It just wasn't social
Shit,
media.
a lot of them now, and they never stopped doing a lot of cheating. That's
Right,
why I
that's
don't
what-
believe in that. It is that unconditional love.
I think that's how most of the relationships back in the day was lasting for so long. Because those women and those men were cheating peacefully. Nobody was getting caught.
No, I believe they was getting caught, and the women was weak, and the men were weak. That's why they stayed, because whatever reason.
Well, financial bond, I feel like that plays a part in it because a lot of times back in the day, women couldn't work.
True.
So if the man is taking care of the house and he cheat with Sally at work, okay. That's
True.
how they looked at it. Like,
True.
all right, as long as he come home, he keep the bill paid, my kids eating good, whatever. Like, we don't
they
let that
make all
slide.
them weak excuses to
You think
stay.
that's weak?
Weak excuses to stay. Like, yeah. I never forget.
I think they did too, though.
Yeah, I never forget my grandmother on my mother's side. She had 11 children. Mm-hmm. She took her 11 children and left.
Her husband?
She sure did. And they all got the same daddy. Same mama and same daddy. All 11 of them. She left. Yeah, ain't like I saying for that.
Did she get remarried?
She didn't get remarried.
She left him. And
Yeah, she sure did.
But how long do you think that it took her to leave, though?
I don't know. I ain't questioning all that. It don't matter how long it took her. She left.
It do matter, though.
Yeah,
well, no, it don't matter. As long
Right.
as you leave, I feel like, because like I said, it's not going to happen overnight. You're not going to wake up one day and be like, okay, yeah, I'm ready to leave, and you leave. You're going to wake up one day and say, I know I'm ready to leave, and then you're going to plan your escape.
Exactly.
Slowly but surely, stuff is going to annoy you.
And I always think it's best to plan your escape. So that would give the person a time to make it smoothly away from that person. Because if you up and be yelling, I'm finna leave you, I'm finna go sleep with her, I'm finna go sleep with him, we finna go do this and I got a friend that got killed behind that growing up.
How cute. Ah.
She was leaving her guy.
Oh, yeah. You know, a couple of them happened in St. Louis in the recent years.
Yeah, she got. Yeah, and she told her guy, "Yeah, I'm leaving you, and my new man gonna be over here. So when you come, you gonna see me and my new man." He went over there one night. She wasn't. He couldn't get in. He called her mama and her sister. Them saying, "I'm killing her. I'm finna go get so full of this shit." And I'm killing her. He told her, and she talking shit on the phone when I'm at work. And that damn next night, I be damn. I mean, yep, he went over there
and killed her.
Yep, and the guy that was there with her got out the back door.
Oh, he got out? Oh, wow. So he got safe.
Yeah, he killed her in front of they daughter, their 3-year-old daughter.
What? Oh, my God. My condolences to the daughter.
I know.
That is insane. That is insane. Literally.
Yeah, it is. But that's why it's always best to plan your escape and be quiet. Shut up. Get away.
Yes. No. Don't say nothing to nobody about it. What you got going on. Unless it's like your escape crew who's going to come help you pack up everything when that nigga go.
Yep. And my biggest thing to tell people who we want to share their relationship, they tired of this, tired of that. I said, my number one thing, you ain't tired. When you tired, you will stop talking about it.
And that is so true.
You gonna put action in. You gonna quit talking about it.
I've been through that personally. Like, man, I just want to be done with this relationship. There's too much toxicness going on. But it's just like, do you really want to be done with it? Because when I was really done, I didn't do all the hooting and hollering and saying, oh, what I'm going to do. I literally just did it.
Yeah.
And that's when you know you are really done. You just do it. You pray about it and you just put it in God's hands. You just pray about it and you
Mm-hmm.
put it in God's hands. And like we said, you take it one day at a time.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
It's not gonna happen overnight. But as long as you have a plan.
Mm-hmm.
And knowing that you're ready to leave is the first step, I feel like.
Yes.
Knowing that you're getting fed up and like, all right, I don't think, when you start saying, I don't think I can see this person as with me for the rest of my life and stuff like that, that's when it starts kicking in, like, oh, okay.
Yep.
That's when the escape plan begins.
That's right.
That's when it begins.
It starts in your mind.
It does. They always say you leave a relationship mentally months
before
or years before you physically leave.
That's with women. Majority of women. Because when they gone, they ain't gonna think about you no more.
No.
They ain't gonna turn back around and like, let me track.
No, yeah, they're not double track. Double
but
back.
Also, men are the same way. Because I know my time they was like, oh, men ain't gonna do this. Women leave first. A woman controls a relationship. She controls that man, in regards he cheating, but she controlling the relationship. He ain't gonna leave because of whatever. Some men do it too. They leave. They get fed up too.
Yes. Some men who getting cheated on, or not even just getting cheated on. It's some men in relationships just taking care of everything. And the world we live in today, that's not the financial thing for everybody.
Right.
So some men need help, and there were women who don't want to help. There was women who don't have the hustle in them and the drive to go out there and help them. So men get fed up and be like, you know what? I can't do this. But I don't have to do this. If I'm doing it on my own now, why am I dealing with you and I have to do it all by myself? There's no point. There's literally no point.
And I think that start with self. Start loving yourself more. You know. So during this episode, what do you feel that you can reset on?
One thing I'll reset on this week is just resetting on knowing that loving yourself is the most important thing of all. No one else can make you happy. No relationship can make you happy or anything. So just taking a step back and resetting, like, hey, you only make you happy. No one else can make you happy unless it's some money. That's about
So money make you happy?
Money make me happy. Money make me happy than anything. Make me more happy than anything other than my baby.
I think shopping makes me more happy. That's what I'm gonna reset on.
You gonna reset on shopping this week?
That's my therapy. I like to shop.
I like to shop too, y'all. Real bad. And
real bad.
And when people ask me, I know, right? When people ask me, what are your hobbies? I'll be telling them online shopping. Because it really is, though. I really do enjoy, like, even if I'm not online shopping, but online surfing the web for new things and stuff to buy in the future and stuff like that. I have a real obsession with that. I love Fashion Nova.
Okay.
Down.
Okay. But yeah, so my reset for this week would be to continue to tell people the blunt truth about them toxic individuals that they're dating.
Yes.
Don't call me asking for no advice if you don't want to hear the truth. Now, I'm going to tell you the truth when you wrong and when they're wrong. But I'm going to tell you the brutally truth about you as well. You know, because men have emotions. They have feelings just like women do. And we as women got to stop thinking that, oh, they the man, they the strongest. They shouldn't. Yes, they should, because they got emotions too. They got feelings. You know. Only thing different is our genitals.
That's literally it. That is so true, though.
Right.
That is so true.
And people need to quit that.
That is so true.
For real. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to bring this episode forward to a close. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.
And also comment down below what y'all liked about the conversation, what y'all thought about it, and your opinions and thoughts on why people tend to stay in relationships after it's toxic and bad.
Yes, we definitely want to hear from you. Bye. Reset with AG.